Go ahead and just call in the Reiki energy to allow us to be here and be present. Calling in Yusui, Holy Fire, World Peace Karuna, Reiki energy, Animal Reiki energy, and all of the symbols that I've attained or that I will ever attain. Just be here, holding the space, allowing us to be present in this moment. Setting my own personal energy and the ego aside to allow the Reiki energy to flow to each participant that is here with us now in the live or that ever watches the replay. And just asking that the Reiki energy holds them and provides whatever they need for their best and highest good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So welcome to Dragonfly Botanicals for enhancing your wellness practice and your Reiki practice. I am your host, Sarah. And a little about me. So I'm a wife and a mother. I have a little boy, Phoenix, who's 2 years old. I also have a dog named Bear and two cats, Mallow and Samwise. I'm just trying to move me so I'm not blocking out the wording. It's not letting me though. That's okay. We'll go with it. Oh, sorry, my screen is freezing a little bit here. And I'm also an animal guardian, so any animals that come to me, that find me, that hang out on the property that we rent, I take good care of them and treat them as my own. And I am also a small business owner. I am a Hisui Holy Fire 3, Karuna, and Animal Reiki Master. I am also a NAHA certified level 2 clinical aromatherapist, a trauma-informed coach, an animal whisperer, an intuitive spiritual empath, and some things that I love to do. I love getting lost outside in nature. I really love nature photography, music, singing, writing, specifically writing poetry, but I write other things as well. Meditating, dancing, playing with my son and the animals, gardening, cooking, baking, building, and creating, whether that be building and creating a space in our home or a piece of furniture or a meditation. It's very fun to create. Traveling, I love the ocean, art, communicating with animals in spirit, and using my gifts to support and uplift others, because that's what life is all about. So, what brought me to aromatherapy and Reiki the second time around? It was a last-ditch effort to come back into my body and myself. I was experiencing migraines, autoimmune diagnoses, so specifically fibro and some pretty nasty arthritis. And I was also having unexplainable issues that were getting worse. So within 6 months, I had lost my pancreas and my gallbladder and had multiple concussions that were back to back that led to a TBI. I was struggling with my CPTSD, so mental and emotional flashbacks, panic attacks, anxiety attacks, stuck in freeze mode, crippling depression, and bed rotting. It was hard for me to leave my own house and make it to any sort of appointments that I had. So I was also experiencing spiritual ailments. So if we look at the four pillars, right, your physical body, your mental, emotional, and your spiritual body, they were all out of whack. And the medications, go figure, were not solving my problems. They were slapping a band-aid on something that needed holistic attention and healing. So, like I said, these were not just physical, mental, and emotional pains. There was definitely a spiritual element that I had been taught to ignore, and I feel like we have all been taught to ignore. So I followed my intuition and I took matters into my own hands. I really started learning. First, I started learning more about the essential oils, how they worked. One of the gifts of ADHD is it really lets you hone in on a particular subject and you learn everything about it. And I was incorporating that into my daily holistic practice. And I thought, you know what? This is really working and this is really helping me. And, I was coupling Reiki with it as well. And um, I had a family member get diagnosed with cancer, and that was really kind of like the last thing that made me decide I'm going to go ahead and get my licensure so that I can assist them through that process. So something really beautiful happens with Reiki and aromatherapy. When you couple them together, it is pure magic. The botanicals amplify the Reiki energy and vice versa. The essence of the botanicals and Reiki energy merge and create their own unique energy signature within the field, and they play off one another. And it's not in this push-pull dynamic, but it's really one where they both grow and blossom together and they create something very beautiful. So these botanicals were cultivated for you. They are 100% therapeutic grade essential oils. There are zero fillers. They're pure and they are used nationwide in clinicals and hospital settings. They can be used at home for your own personal use, or you can use them with your clients and in conjunction with your office and your business setting. Today we're here on Zoom and I've got the Reiki and balancing going and it's just like filling the room and it's helping me ground and I'm smelling it and it's more than that though. I have Reiki flowing and even though we're in a Zoom conference, that that signature from the oils that are in there are coming to you and amplifying this experience and healing. So essential oils can promote a healing response within the body instead of masking the symptoms. So a beautiful example of this is bergamot and depression. So there have been a lot of studies done, and a lot of people go to bergamot with whenever they're facing depression. And what it does is it actually uplifts and it works off of the serotonin receptor. So if somebody is struggling and they have this is their trauma, their neuronal pathway with their trauma, this starts to shrink if they're using bergamot every day. And then a new neuronal pathway starts to develop and widen. And it really works to develop new neuronal pathways, similar to an antidepressant, but you know, with medication, which I think I get into at some point here, but now it's coming up. With medication, what happens is you develop a resistance, right? So then you have to go up in dosage. And that's not something you have to do with essential oils. And now I am not saying to stop your medication at all. I think that essential oils and medications work really beautifully together. Um, right, use your own discernment with that. Oh, that's the next point, pharmaceuticals. And okay, so I've covered that. So our skin is the largest organ on the body. So it's really important that we know what we're putting on our skin, right? We want these oils to be pure. We don't want any fillers in them because that can affect their potency. And also, I think it's an important point that to make that a lot of people are using cannabis these days. And the beautiful thing about cannabis is you can go into a distributor and you can figure out which terpenes you want to focus on. Essential oils carry all of those terpenes. While you're not ingesting them, you are putting them on your skin topically. So it would, to me, just when I look at the energy of it, um, if you're putting some sort of CBD on your skin, you're absorbing the topicals from those specific terpenes. But if you even add in essential oils with that, you're getting even more terpenes than what the cannabis industry offers. So the blends are focused on treating the individuals holistically, and they are infused with Reiki. They're made to focus on the parasympathetic nervous system. That is something that is very important, um, or was very important to me, especially for mental health reasons. Um, activating that chill bone, making sure that the parasympathetic is activated and that you're not adding more onto the sympathetic nervous system. You're not trying to stimulate the system. You want it to calm down to provide the best chance of healing for the client or the patient. Pure quality ingredients for overall health and plant medicine that holistically supports your physical, mental, and emotional, as well as spiritual. So, physical, alleviating pain and taking the edge off. Um, Mental, grounding your thoughts and helping you stay present in the moment. Emotional, uplifting your mood and shifting your emotional state, also helping with developing new neuronal pathways. And spiritual, plants and Reiki together bring a whole new dynamic, like I said, connecting you to your higher self, the divine, Mother Earth, elementals, and your individual healing needs. A little bit about the distribution company. The oil distributor is a family owned and operated business, meaning that everything is blended and manufactured in house. And they are committed to distributing high quality oils for over 21 years. Like I said, the oils are therapeutic grade, meaning that they're the first pressed oils. So the earlier press that you can get, the stronger the oil. So first press is the best you can get. And due to their potency and purity, these oils are trusted in over 40 healthcare or 450 healthcare facilities and hospitals nationwide. And due to the potency and purity of these products, a little bit goes a long way. So, sure I'm not getting ahead of myself. And I was about to. All right. So diffuser, the blended oils, you can use these in a diffuser. You can even, with the blended oils, you can even add them into a cream for yourself if you really like the smell. You add desired amount of drops to a diffuser. They're perfect for home or an office environment. Inhaler, I have an example inhaler. This is one of my own. Um, you keep this 6 inches away from your nose. It can be held as a stick or on a desk. So if you're in the office, you can just set it by your computer and you'll be able to smell it. If you're in the car, you can set it on your dashboard and just have it, you can smell it. It's great for traveling with you on the go. Um, this is a really great go-to. I love these things. We have the topical cream. So once again, I have just my own, and you just scoop a little dab onto the tip of your finger. That much should be able to cover from your wrist to your elbow. You don't need any more than that. And it goes on super smooth. There's no like leftover stickiness or anything. It feels really good. It goes on really well. And I even had enough that I could have even moved that down onto my hand just with that little bit. So it's an aloe-based cream. So really good for your skin, really great for the absorption. And let's see here. The roll-on, you just apply to the pulse points or bottom of your feet for best absorption. So the pores on the bottom of your feet are the biggest pores on your body. So that will get into your bloodstream faster, and it will also get into your bloodstream a lot more strongly if you put it on the bottoms of your feet. And then pulse points would just be, here on your wrist, on the inner part here, um, wherever you feel called, really. And mist, you can spray in the car or room, or even onto your clothing, hair, furniture. Let's see here. Sorry. This is the size of the mist. This isn't the Dragonfly brand, but it is, but I didn't want to use the inventory. But you just spray a little bit and it smells, I mean, it smells really nice, and you only need a couple sprays. And this is really good when working with clients, especially specific chakras. When you're looking at a specific chakra, if you grab Divine for the crown chakra, spray it, and then just start working in that area. It's not just going to work on the physical body. Like I said, it goes out into the field. Once again, for practitioners working virtual, you can still incorporate the botanicals into your session so that your client is receiving the benefits as if they're in person, just by using the distance symbol. They won't be able to smell them, but what they do will still be there. So let's go into the blends. So we have meditate. This is really great for mindfulness activities. It protects and grounds the energy. It expands connection to the divine and higher self, peaceful and calming, pain and stress relief. It assists with concentration and focus. And honestly, this would be a great one for me to be using right now. I am recovering from a concussion, which I could definitely use some help with my concentration and focus. And it enhances cognition, so it's really great for neurospicy individuals. It has lemon, frankincense, Roman chamomile, basil, rosemary, sandalwood, and myrrh. And I believe Meditate right now is offered in the roll-on. Then we have Femme. Femme is great for balancing out hormones and mood swings, and pain for PMS and premenopausal symptoms, or menopausal symptoms, sorry. Um, if you have really painful monthly cycles, this is an amazing product for you. I use it every month. Eases stress and tension, even after hard days. If you're feeling, depending where you are on in your lunar cycle, even the week before, if you're feeling extra emotional, it just provides that breath of fresh air, and it promotes inner harmony as well. It has rose geranium, jasmine, sandalwood, clary sage, spikenard, and ylang ylang. Rejuvenate assists with calming and relaxing your nervous system. It smells amazing. It helps you unwind from stress. It assists you in getting very good sleep. This one is great for people who have PTSD and CPTSD. This is one that I wear quite often whenever I go out in public. It eases physical, mental, and emotional tension, and it's made with nature's volume. So it's great for folks with anxiety. So it's got marjoram, Roman chamomile, lavender, vetiver, and sandalwood. And then we have lavender, the lavender bundle. This is an amazing product to keep in your first aid kit because it works for so many things, especially bug bites and minor burns. It also assists with radiation burn for cancer patients or anybody that has to go through radiation. It's great for emotional balance, relaxation, stress relief, emotional balance, meditation, inflammation. It's very, very soothing and it's perfect for working with animals. So that was one of the questions last time when I presented was, are you going to develop a line for animals? And the answer there is yes, that is coming at some point. But until then, this is a really lovely bundle for you to use. Um, for instance, what you would do is if you have the cream, you would just take a little bit, you would rub it. And I'm saying a little bit, like maybe even, I should probably show you that again, like maybe even a little bit smaller because animals, their receptors are a lot more sensitive than ours, especially cats. So just a little bit, rub it on your hands. And then when you go to pet the animal, you can just, or if you're sending them Reiki, just have it on your hands and you can be close to them if you want to do distance Reiki. They're still going to smell it. If you want it to last a little bit longer, you can go ahead and just rub it on your hands and then rub it on their coat. Um, and they will get some really beautiful benefits from that. And what's in the lavender bundle? It's just straight lavender. So, warm embrace. One of my favorites. That's what this is. Warm embrace is great because it promotes skin recovery. So it's really good for post-op patients. You apply it to the skin around the wound to enhance circulation, which assists then in the healing process happening faster. So when a few years ago I got into a car accident and my knee was dislocated, so they had to go in, and it was a pretty large surgical scar. And, and toward the end of it healing, I wish I would have known this sooner, but anyway, toward the end of it healing, I did start to put the this cream around, and I noticed that the healing, like, it happened a lot more quickly. I was still left with a scar because I didn't do it at the very beginning as it was starting to heal, but I did do it toward the end, and it healed a lot quicker than what it was before I started using the cream. So it definitely improves the circulation. And it also provides relief from autoimmune discomfort. Um, yeah, uh, when I was going through flare ups, this was the blend that got me through. It smells like honey. And if you have autoimmune issues or any chronic pain, like when you are in the midst of it, everything hurts and just little bits can make it even that more uncomfortable. So even something to take the edge off really, really helps. And this was able to do that for me. And it smelled like honey. It was like a warm hug. It was amazing. So it's great with chronic pain, arthritis, migraines. It's really good with grief too, stress, anxiety, any nervousness or panic attacks. And it has Roman chamomile, geranium, ravensara, lavender, and myrrh. Okay, and then we have Reiki and balancing. This is really great to just keep going, like in the background whenever you're just going throughout your home in the day, if you're cleaning, or if you're working with a client, even you can have it on in your office. It assists in opening up client pathways and energies to be more accepting with with the Reiki session. It is transformative for the healing session for both the client and the practitioner. Like I said, I have it on today, and I love using it during my meditations too. Whenever I lead meditations for people, clears mental distractions. It promotes energetic alignment, so you're able to be calm, present, grounded, focused, and connected. Deeper mental and spiritual focus, emotional stability, energetic flow, and it creates a sacred space prior to and during a session. Once again, this is a beautiful, if you work virtually, or in person, this is a beautiful one to have on. Um, this has cypress, frankincense, lavender, clary sage, cedar, and orange. And then we have the chakra mists. So we have ground for the root, which anchors mind and spirit while grounding the energy. We have create for the sacral, fostering vitality, emotional stability, and inspiring creative passion with a sense of well-being. Empowered for the solar plexus, providing confidence and empowering you to step into your bright, beautiful self. Uh, we have open for the heart, promotes emotional healing, love, and compassion, cultivating inner peace and a deeper connection to yourself and the world around you. I got a tap on my shoulder to remind me that if you're working with a client in the Reiki space that has an attachment, these are really amazing to be working with, especially if you're focusing on a specific area of attachment, because it does open that up and it allows the Reiki energy to go in and do what it does. And it's very effective. Truth for the throat aids you to step into your true self-expression so you can communicate more authentically. Vision is for the third eye, assisting with inner wisdom, clarity, awareness. Perfect for self-reflection, insight, and deep meditation. And then we have connection for the crown chakra, which promotes inner peace, delivering clarity, thus opening your spiritual crown to connect with higher conscious. Perfect for spiritual growth, meditation, and reflection. And then we have the blended oils um, that you can use at home, in office, if you have a little diffuser in your car. We have joy, which is perfect if you experience or your office experiences seasonal affective disorder, because it lifts and assists with productivity. It gives you the feeling of summer no matter which season you're in. It smells really nice. Ease takes the edge off and grounds your energy during stressful moments. So it promotes relaxation and assists you in finding your center. Tension just simply melts away, and this blend works to soothe your nervous system, to bring you into inner calm, peace, and ease. Um, Ease is amazing for self-care. We have peace, which is really uplifting, calming, soothes the mind, body, and spirit, creating a peaceful environment. Um, Not to be biased, but joy, ease, and peace are definitely my favorites and go-tos, just because of how connecting they are. Wellness is really great. It's essentially is it doTERRA or Young Living's version of Thieves? Um, so it's really good to have on whenever people are sick in the office or even sick at home, because it's a potent immune stimulator and an antiviral. It works to reduce your chances of illness, and it supports respiratory health and overall wellness. So this blend works to create a clean, refreshing environment while purifying the air and sparking your body's natural immune response. So that one's definitely essential. And then we have clarity, which uplifts mood, assists with clarity, focus, and motivation. Great for people navigating depression and ADHD. And warm and cozy, which is very uplifting. It's an antimicrobial, an antioxidant, as well as an anti-inflammatory. So it can assist in alleviating headaches. It grounds anxious energy and brings clarity, focus, and overall mental well-being into an environment. Warm and cozy smells like you're walking into grandma's house. Like it just smells like somebody, or Thanksgiving time, or, a nice fall smell. It's very warm. All right, that's what I've got. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen. Does anybody have any questions? Mm. Thank you, Cami. Now, there are going to be classes that will be coming up as well. And like I said, we are working, or I am working to create an animal line. But that's what I've got for today. And the shop is live. So
Yeah. Sorry, it took me a minute to get my microphone to work. I was charging. We will figure out. Margaret Mary asked about shipping to New Zealand, so we will be looking into that. Um, right now, when you go on the site, it's set up to include shipping within the US. Shipping outside the US, there's just a prompt for you to message us. And so essentially, you'll tell us what you're looking for, and then we can let you know what the shipping costs are going to be so that nobody gets an unpleasant surprise. I've done that many times, ordered things, and then somebody knocks on my door and tells me I owe a bunch more money. So we're hoping to get around that for everybody while we navigate that. I just really want to take a minute to thank Sarah. She's put a lot of work, even before Dragonfly was a thing. And I guess I paused to say how beautiful the intelligence of the universe is. Each part of our path has been for a reason. And one of the paths that Sarah went down is the aromatherapy, is getting the training in that. And, to show up in this community later and, me and Sarah meet often and, coming up with this dream of essential oils. I am so interested in all of it. But again, I don't have the time. And so the benefit of the community is that, the work can be divided among many hands. And so I do really want to like take a moment to thank Sarah for stepping up, and doing all the work to choose these blends, spending time in the energy, putting the Reiki into them, really just finding the right therapeutic grade distributor with strong ethics. um, we made a decision that they are expensive, and we made that a conscious choice to ensure that the quality was there, that they are therapeutic. um, and you cannot compare them to what you would buy kind of at Marshalls or any or any of the other places. These are pure, they will last much longer. And we literally just went live with it this morning. Uh, there's a lot of ADHDers on this Dragonfly team, right? So the last minute is a bit of a reality with us. Um, so it literally just went live this morning, and in order to kind of celebrate that and to celebrate the launch of this line and leading up to Mother's Day, we actually have a coupon code for 20% off, um, for any of those. And I'm just going to put that in the details of that in the chat. And then also that will also be a part of the replay that we send out afterwards. We are going to be sending out. My sister's actually processing the earlier events as we speak and getting them ready to send out. So those will go out. We'll make sure the offers included in there as well. Um, and yes, this is literally just the beginning. Uh, Sarah is in the process of finalizing some of her community events, some of her classes, all of that. So please keep checking back. Sarah does so much for our community. She also does regular tarot. She has a session tomorrow, um, that she's going to be leading. So by all means, please keep checking back for new stuff on the botanicals and on what Sarah is doing.
thank you.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying thank you. And it's really lovely to be able to have a platform where we can all join and do what we do. So thank you for creating it.
I think Margaret Mary, did you want to say something? Did you unmute?
I did. I was just wondering where on Dragonfly can I find the botanicals?
So it is right under, if you go to the top, you'll see the shop. It's under shop. There's Reiki packages and the botanical shop. And then I also popped the link to it in the chat there as well to take you right to the shop. And I'm just going to say now, because I may forget again, ADHD mind. Thank you so much for that presentation, Sarah. Could you send that presentation to me and Melissa? Because I think it's so helpful to have the information on what oils work best for what. And I know that, you know this off the top of your head. I'm sure I've already forgotten forgotten it. So I would love to have that information added. It'll be in the session, but we'll also make sure that it's added to the actual page itself so that people can kind of see, move through and see the different uh, what the oils do what. And I think when we're sending out information, when people sign up, that we should absolutely include some of that information. Well, it's just very handy. The other thing I wanted to say is because we do recognize that the cost of the oils isn't necessarily accessible for everyone. Dragonfly as a community did want to add in a lot more, greater value. And so Dragonfly has put in, free offers around in the different packages. So that could be free memberships, it could be free tickets to community events. The different packages that you can kind of explore, they all have included offerings from Dragonfly to help increase the value of the individual packages. And yes, thank you. Tammy, like Mother's Day is coming. I say all the time, maybe you don't have the money for a session every month, or maybe you don't have money but people are always, moms are hard to buy for. And as Sarah was talking, I actually had this moment where it's like my husband is downstairs banging his head against the wall right now, trying to figure out what to get me for Mother's Day because I don't need anything. I have everything. And I am actually going to get him to go and order me oils. That is what my Mother's Day gift is going to be. So if the people in your life are struggling to know what to get you, whether it's for Mother's Day, birthday, whatever, I would encourage you to come back to Dragonfly and whether it's this or services or whatever. So thank you.
And if I may, I I fell in love with Sarah, about a year ago when we became aware of each other. And as a medical Reiki master, I use the botanicals a lot. I include them in my sessions. I support my clients in acquiring them because it does accelerate the healing. And I so appreciate you, Sarah, because you are 100% spot on. Retraining our brains to grow those neural pathways makes a huge difference. And, when I got present to what they provided, I had to look at it. It was like, okay, I'm telling myself, and this was a healing I needed about my finances. I can't afford it. But when I really started learning and got small samples and used them, it was like, I can't afford not to have them. And it was like, so where does the financial integrity come in? Well, I stopped eating Doritos. Lots of money there because I was overseas at the time and Doritos cost $45. I'm back overseas again. I don't know what they cost now. And it was like, okay, where else can I make adjustments in my life to really restore myself mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, which is the culmination of what Dragonfly is doing and why we have all these incredible practitioners. And the botanicals are accelerants. They are complete accelerants. If patience is not your forte, and it has not been mine, and Reiki has, through the botanicals, I've been able to slow down and acquire patience. But the botanicals are the accelerant to everything that I have done and what I do with my patients, putting it on their feet, putting it on their hands, on their temples, their crown, and then just diffusing it. Because when you're dealing with really chronic medical and complex medical, which is what I'm here in New Zealand doing, a very complex and groundbreaking medical case, like the depression that goes with it is phenomenal. And that support, simply by diffusing it, by putting it on yourself and walking into a room, can shift everything. I love that you have the mists because that is a beautiful way to uplift an entire space. And they're really great for cleaning too, believe it or not, especially in medical situations. Um, so thank you for this presentation, Sarah. Thank you for being here. And I just really want you to know I acknowledge and appreciate all that you've gone through in your life's path, and that life happens for you, not to you. And when you think that it's happening to you, that's victim consciousness. And I know that I know, and that you have flipped that and taken, okay, so these are my lemons. How do I make lemonade? And as Irma Bombeck said, if life's a bowl of cherries, why am I in the pits? Well, the pits are the seeds of greatness, and that is what you have done. And I so appreciate you as my friend, as a wife, as a mother, as a practitioner, and somebody that is so knowledgeable that, because I love this stuff, but I'm not going to go down this lane. I absolutely am not, because my path is the medical Reiki. And, when you came on board with Dragonfly, it was like, oh, thank God, one less thing I have to do. So I am very grateful and I do appreciate you. And yes, as I put in the chat, I would like one of each, and I would like them sent to New Zealand. So we'll talk offline. And I want it yesterday.
Thank you, Margaret Mary. So much love to you. I really appreciate you. And then let's see here. Amanda, Fiona asked a question, no shipping outside of US. That's correct for right now on the website. If you want a custom order, she can reach out. Is that how?
So actually, when you go to the website itself, you can click in and it will give you a little box, and you just follow the prompts there to let us know what you want, and then we will let you know what the shippings are. So it's not that we can't ship outside the US. We need to make sure what the price is and all that so that you know. So the the shipping is built in the US, and outside of the US, we have to look and see what the cost is and kind of negotiate or navigate that. But please don't hesitate to reach out, whether it's to Sarah or to me or through the website. We're really invested in getting these products out so that people can start to use them and experience them. And I just want to very quickly, Fiona has a question too. So, but I just want to say very quickly, we actually, not these oils, though we're transitioning to these oils. We, in my law office, we were using Pamela LeBlanc's oils. But every morning, I have one of my staff who's a Reiki master go around and put different oils on in all of the offices, and we infuse those with Reiki. And I cannot tell you, again, it's a divorce. Like, we do criminal and family law. Like, people come to us in rough shape. You would not believe the amount of people that walk through the door, and because it smells so good, they take a deep breath in, and you can just feel like the stress. And they often comment like, "Oh, it smells like a spa in here. Like this, doesn't smell like a lawyer's office." So they can be used in all kinds of ways. And again, just getting us to breathe in. When it smells good, we breathe in deeper. Just getting us to breathe that all in, is magical. So I'm gonna unmute. I'm gonna mute myself now and let.
Sorry, I just wanted to say that when you go onto the site, there's a pop-up that says no shipping outside of the US. So maybe that should be taken down if it is possible.
It does say that, and when you click on it, because it says request a quote, as soon as you click on that, a pop-up comes and you fill it in. It asks all the questions. I'm in the process of doing that myself right now because I do want each and every one of them. And so we're stress testing the system, but it will, when you click on it to say request a quote, you can ask, because I know somebody's here from South Africa, and yeah, so that's how you can do it. Just fill in the form or email admin@Dragonfly Reiki, um, and just spell out what you want, what you're interested in, and it'll work. And you can also, I think, email Sarah, and hers is somewhere, but everything goes through Dragonfly.
Thank you. And then another question was, Cami had a couple questions. Mother Day is coming soon. Which package would you recommend? I definitely recommend Femme because it has the essential oil for balancing out hormones, along with Warm Embrace, which is the one if you have any chronic pain, or if you get a wound and you need to put the cream around it to help with healing. It also just like this feels really good. And Rejuvenate, which is really great for sleep and relaxation, and it comes with a lavender inhaler. So that would be the go-to choice for Mother's Day if I were to make a recommendation. But I'll definitely get those sent out to you, and I'm hoping to start making some clips on what these oils do in each package too, so we could get those posted. And and then Cami asked, Sarah, I'm curious, do you use them for distance Reiki by selecting one based on a client's intention? And if yes, how do you work with it in that way? So that is going to be a class or a workshop. It's in the making, for us to go through that way. Everybody has their oils hopefully by then, or has an idea of what they would like, and we'll go through that. And um, yeah, because it's very expansive and it's going to take a while to explain in here. So, and we're about out of time. But thank you so much, everyone, for coming. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate your time. Is there any other questions? Okay. Thank you so much. Go forth and be the change that you wish to see in the world. And I'll hopefully see you next time.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank
The next session is going to be Margaret Mary's, which is a medical Reiki session. We're going to be in the energy a long time. That's the nature of medical Reiki. If anyone didn't sign up for it that wants to be there, I am going to post the Zoom link in the comments now. I don't want anyone who maybe, didn't know exactly what they wanted to do or not to be kept out of it. So by all means, please feel free to join us. And thank you so many. And we will work on changing the wording. I already sent the message to my sister to finesse the wording for all of that. Thank you all so much. We'll see you guys soon.